So boom, right? So rewind, right? You picked up the camera, and you had to stop doing content because you went in for your second term. What did you
I went
do?
in for my third term.
Oh, your
My
third term.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't pick up a camera until after my second. My bad.
Ah.
Yeah.
So
Did
what
so many prison terms, I forgot.
was the third term? Your longest term?
No, my second term was. I did 4 years.
Ah.
From 2009 to 2000 and when did I parole? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I paroled in 2013.
Let's start this from the beginning then.
Yeah.
So what year was your first term?
My first term was 2006. I went to Chino, California, 18 years old.
At 18.
At 18 years old, my first term was in Chino State Penitentiary. I got locked up in San Bernardino County. I went to CDC, and then from CDC, they shot me over to Chino.
How many years you doing your first one?
I only did maybe 1.5, a little under 2 years. Almost 2 years, like a year and 9 months.
What you do?
What didn't I do, dog? 18 years old, I caught assault with a deadly weapon. First time ever going to jail.
Was the assault with a deadly weapon? We're not gonna ponder on it too much, but
That's good. I'm open to it because I did the time already.
Right.
And it's all public information.
oh, okay. Yeah. So was this like a thing that was sporadic? Like it was out of nowhere that the assault happened, or was this like premeditated?
Definitely wasn't premeditated. With my anger issues and not really having a pops until I was 12 years old. My mom single-handedly raised me until I was 12. Just anger, frustration, dog. Had a little temper problem.
What happened there exactly?
My first term?
No, like what happened leading up to the situation that you?
I got into it with my baby mama's people. I don't remember what it was for. I know at that time me and my baby mama were toxic, dog. We were toxic. We're puppy love childhood sweethearts. So I was 14 and she was 14 and I was 15 when we met. You know what I'm saying? We were in high school. We're just kids. So
would you say that this instance that you were tripping over, was it for a valid reason? Like let's say when someone was playing with your kids or your money, so now it's like it makes sense, or was this like, did this make no type of sense for you to do this?
It made sense for me at the time, bro, because I felt like I had a point to prove. So I felt like if someone got at me sideways, I felt like I couldn't let it go. I feel like being a man back then was handling it how I thought was necessary, and that was through violence. I knew people respected violence. Coming from the ghettos and the being on a welfare baby and Section 8, living in all these ghettos, that's all I seen that was respected was violence, dog. And so I feel like when I got into it with my baby mama's family, at that time I felt like it was important for me to prove a point and react with violence.
Towards your baby mama or someone else?
Towards my baby mama's family, the men in her family.
Ah.
Yeah.
Who exactly? Her dad, pops,
Her dad,
brother?
You called it her dad. You know, in the Mexican culture, our men are very protective.
Ah.
And when I thought it was gonna be good to argue over there at their house now, it shouldn't go how I thought was planned, and the guys got on my bumper. Which I'll do the same thing for my daughters or my sisters as a man. But back then I wasn't a man. I was lost in the sauce. I was a very immature boy, thinking I was a tough person. But you know how it is, dog.
Yeah.
You got a chip on your shoulder. You want to prove yourself.
So the way you're explaining it is you pulled up to their pad tripping.
Tripping.
Is that what happened?
For sure. That's for sure what happened. Yeah.
Oh shit. Over
just whatever we were fighting for at the moment. I don't remember.
Yeah. Toxic shit.
We had a toxic relationship. We were with each other really young, so we grew up with each other. So once we started getting a little older, now we're 18. We're only a few months apart. You know what I'm saying? So now we're 18 years old. It's like reality's hitting. We have a baby. We had a baby when we were both in high school. We were both minors when we had a baby. You know what I'm saying? So growing up and just like we didn't experience much but each other. You know what I'm saying? So who wants to really settle down at that age? We're not like in the 60s and 40s and 50s how people stood with each other for that long. We were kids and we weren't what we wanted in each other. You know what I'm saying?
So you pulled up. I'm assuming you.
It was just toxic. We were going through that breakup stage, and I pulled up and got into it with the men in her family on some toxic shit. And I didn't think they were gonna do anything because I was getting away with just fighting with them for years. And finally, they got fed up, and one thing escalated to another. And then I ended up putting hands on people, and that's everything I always went to jail for was violent shit. Everything I ever been arrested for and convicted for, all violence.
Assault with a deadly weapon. So it's a squabble, but you got hit with assault with a deadly weapon. So how does that work?
My hands, I guess.
Oh, I don't know that was a thing.
Yeah, even this recent charge that I caught 3 weeks ago, same charge, assault with deadly weapon. No weapon was used.
I'm assuming it actually be like a knife or like some type of object.
If these are vicious enough, I guess they charge you with that.
I thought it would just be like battery or like assault, right?
Assault.
Oh shit!
They put me on probation for that.
Put
me on probation for that. I got out. I violated probation, and then back then they were really strict with violations. So I was on felony probation, and I got out after doing that little 40 days. I got out and went to prison. 18 years old.
As you're going to prison as an 18-year-old, what's going through your mind?
Man, just the movies, dog. The movies, and I wasn't scared or really nervous. I was just ready for what I had to come, dog. I wasn't nervous, dog. It was just like the movies. I know I just had to be tough. I don't know, dog. I think just everybody around me going to prison, they were just like me. So I knew eventually when I went to prison, I knew it was going to happen, dog.
You knew you were going to go to prison.
I knew I was. The road I was headed, I knew. I wasn't no stupid kid.
Is it safe to say you manifested that?
Not manifested it, but just coming from places where that's all I knew, dog. That's all I was accustomed to. That's all I seen around me, from my tios, my uncles, to everybody in the areas I lived in. We're going to jail. So it was like a thing I'm used to. It just like it was a part of life.
It was a
I didn't
regular
know anything
deal.
Different.
Yeah.